Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to set up our custom email addresses for our brand new business. There's a couple of email addresses that we need to get set up, and I'm going to show you the reasoning and the strategy behind it before actually going in and showing you how to create them click by click. So let's hop into my computer. I'll show you how it works. So first, let's answer the question as to why we need a custom email address. The first reason is that it makes your business appear more professional. Now, if your customer got an email from someone that was like, hey, Cash Money Killing the Game 69 at Gmail, do you think they would even open that email? But if they got an email from yourname@yourdomain.com, it's, hey, this guy must be legit. They took the time to build a real email address. They took the time to build a real business. Let me open up their email. And again, in that same vein, have you ever gotten an email from an actual legitimate business that used a Gmail address, especially one that was, based online? The second reason to create a custom email address is that they build trust with your customer. I mean, it just shows your customer, it shows your prospect that you actually took the time to create an actual custom email address. Typically if someone's dealing with a scammer, scammers just do as little work as possible just so they can basically keep running the scam. So again, by having a custom email address at your domain, you'll appear more legitimate, you'll build more trust with your audience. And the last reason is to get around spam filters. Now, there's a couple of technical reasons, I won't get into it, but typically email providers like Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Comcast.net, they don't like to see marketing materials come from regular email providers like a Gmail. So if you send something, an affiliate marketing email from a Gmail account, Gmail will know that and they'll just send it right to the spam folder. They like to see marketing materials come from custom domains. So without getting too technical, I'm going to leave it at that, but having your own domain does allow you to get around spam filters most of the time. And now let's talk about what email addresses that we need to create. Now we're actually going to create a couple of them, and this is a method of pre-sorting your email. As an affiliate marketer, as an online business owner, you will get hundreds and hundreds of emails a day. That's no joke. I mean, I wake up every morning to at least 35 or 40 emails, and they just keep coming in throughout the day. So what we do is we create certain email addresses to help sort that mail as it comes in. The first one we're going to create is yourname@yourdomain.com. For instance, I use dom@thedatapreneur.com. I use this for all of my content. I use this all of my customer interaction emails. If someone wants to email me, I give them that email address. This also gives your customers a feeling that you're very approachable. I mean, imagine if you had, Russell at clickfunnels.com. You had that email address. I'm sure it's not that one because you probably get 100 spam emails a day. But when you're small and you're starting out, people want to get engaged with you. Right? They're buying into you, not your brand, at least in the beginning. So by having that email address, again, you're bringing yourself closer to the customer, and it gives them a sense of, hey, I can email this guy whenever I want. It's going to go directly to him. The next email that you're going to want to create is support@yourdomain.com. This is the email that you're going to hook up to your help desk if you're using Kartra. And if you're not, you're still going to set this up because this is where you're going to direct everyone to have their questions. That way, if you go in and you check this email address, it's just going to be nothing but questions, and you're going to be doing nothing but helping people in that particular inbox. This next email address is probably going to be your most crowded. This is going to be vendors@yourdomain.com. And this is the email address that you're going to use when you sign up for all of your tools. This is going to be things like your funnel builder, your email service, any editing software you use, really anything that you buy for business purposes. And that's because when you sign up for these services, you're going to end up on their marketing lists, and they're going to send you a lot of marketing email. If you use your main email, it's going to clog up your main inbox, and sometimes maybe a customer question is going to go missed. So you set up this vendor's email and just know that that's going to be filled with a lot of marketing junk mail. The next one that you want to create here is info@yourdomain.com. And I use info specifically because I only use it in a couple of places. You'll use it on your contact page, on your privacy policy, on any disclaimers that you have, really any legal disclosures. That way, if you get an email to your info email address, you know that it's something important. And it doesn't get buried in the vendor's inbox, or it gets buried in your name email. Again, just a way of kind of pre-sorting your stuff and keeping all of the important legal stuff elsewhere, because somebody who's going to email that specific address is going through your fine print. And typically, only lawyers and regulatory bodies actually go through the fine print. And there's actually one more email address that I want you to create, and that is emailswipes@yourdomain.com. Now, as a marketer, as an affiliate, you're going to want to see how some of the top affiliates write their emails. And the easiest way to do that is just basically join their list, opt in, and wait for them to send emails to you so you can kind of see how they structure them, the kind of stories that they tell, and you can learn a lot from just being on somebody's email list. And again, in the spirit of pre-sorting, we want to set up a separate email address just for this because this one's going to get a lot of mail and we don't want it clogging up your phone notifications throughout the day. So if you use email swipes at yourdomain.com, you can opt into people's lists and then just check it once a week to see if you want to get inspired on how to write an email. This is something I didn't do, and I realized this after probably opting into about 20 lists that now I just get a bunch of marketing mail and my email's all clogged up. So I spent two days unsubscribing and then resubscribing to people's lists, and now my inboxes are much cleaner. But now that we're done with the strategy, let's hop on over to HostGator and actually set these up. Okay, so we're going to hop on over to portal.hostgator.com. And again, below this video, there should be a button you can click to hop onto HostGator. And then go right down here. We're going to sign into our HostGator portal. All right, so when we log into HostGator, you're going to see a screen that looks just like this or something very, very similar, and it's going to show your website here at the top. Now, I have multiple websites, so I actually have multiple sections here. But at the bottom here, you're going to see yours. We're going to click Launch cPanel. Now, this is your control panel. It's going to work all the back end in your website. Now, it doesn't really matter who you use to host your website. Your cPanel is going to look more or less the same among hosting providers. But to add an email address, we're going to, up here in the email tab, you're going to click Email Accounts. And that's going to bring you to this screen where you can actually see all of the email accounts that you have. Over here on the right side where it says Create, we're going to click here to create, and then we're going to go at thecarpentrycorner.com, which is going to be my new website. We're going to create a password for it. Make sure you create a strong one. And then if you open up the optional settings, you can select storage space for this particular inbox. Since I'm creating the info inbox, I don't expect to get a whole lot of mail there, so I'm going to limit it to 500 megabytes. If I'm going to do something like the vendor's account, I would click this to be unlimited. And then again, automatically create folders. We can do that as well. And then we can also, again, send a welcome email to set up instructions for a mail client. This is if you wanted to hook your email up to your phone, which I'll show you how to do as well. We just click create, and here we are. And now we actually have another email account created with our website. So we're going to go through and we're going to create again. Optional settings. Since this is the vendor's account, I'm going to go unlimited. Leave the folders, send the welcome email, that's fine, and create that. Once you've actually created all of your email accounts, you're going to want to go in here and say where it says check email. This is actually going to be how you log in to check the emails themselves. Now you can change your email client between Horde or Roundcube. It doesn't really matter. I just use Horde because that's what they used 3 years ago, and I've gotten used to it. You can use Roundcube. It doesn't really matter. That's just going to be the interface that you check your emails in. So once you go here, open up your inbox. Now this is going to be your email. What I recommend doing is bookmarking this page. This way you'll have something either on your favorites tab or in your bookmarks. All you have to do is just click on it and it will open up your email. You'll probably be prompted to put an email address and password in, but you won't have to go through, log into HostGator, log into cPanel, open up email accounts, check email. This way you'll just be able to open up one page and then enter an email address and a password and you're in. If you want to set something up on your phone, there are easy instructions. If we come back here over to this page and you click on where it says connect devices, this will give you all of the manual settings for your mail client. Okay, so what I've done now is I've actually mirrored my phone screen so I can show you where to actually input all of this information over here. We're going to pull down from the top. I'm an Android user. It's going to be similar if you're an iPhone user. So I go into the settings here and we would go into accounts and we would go down here to add account. And then what you would want to do is you would want to add an IMAP account. Now, the difference between an IMAP and a POP3 email account, without getting too nerdy, is that a POP3 email account will check periodically and sync, every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. An IMAP account will actually push constantly, instantly. If you get an email to your inbox, it will immediately push it over to your phone. So I always go to set up an IMAP. I'll click on IMAP, and then what's going to do here, it's going to want you to enter your email address. You'll enter email address. You'll click next. It's going to ask you for your password. We'll go into that. Now your server here, do you see here where it says your incoming server? Right up here, incoming server settings, you're going to grab it off of the incoming server. We're going to click next. It's going to validate those settings. And now we're going to do the outgoing settings. I'm going to validate that as well. And now you're going to have the option to do, well, it says every 15 minutes. Hold on. Notify me when email arrives. Sync email for this account, automatically download attachments when connected to Wi-Fi. I like to leave them all on. We're going to click next. And now here it is. Name, next. So now if we go in there, now my email account has been added to my phone right there. I just click on here and here it is. Now I can actually see all of my custom domain on my phone. And then you would just repeat that process for every email address that you want to hook up to your phone. So that's it. We now have custom email addresses. We can now start looking like a real business when we apply to affiliate programs and when we talk to our customers. I'll see you guys in the next video.